Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Somerville Licensing Commission for June 5th, 2023. I'm Chair and Commissioner Joe Lynch. We are coming to you from the City Hall City Council Chamber. Joining me is Commissioner Jack Thomas and Commissioner Chris Allen. Also with us are Assistant City Clerk Bernabe Rodriguez and City Clerk to the Licensing Commission, Lori Batzik. We're joined by some staff tonight as well. Lieutenant Tim Mitsakis from the Somerville Police Department. We may be joined by Captain Tim Bakey from the Somerville Fire Department. We also have Isabella Demora Maya with us and Director Pulsaway from Engineering. Members of the public, welcome. Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, this meeting of the Licensing Commission may be conducted via remote participation. We will post an audio recording, audio-video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of these proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting on the City of Somerville website. Gentlemen, we are back in person. Welcome back. I think, Commissioner Thomas, it's your
Very
first one. Commissioner Allen always grabs the same seat. I don't know what that's about. But thank you very much, everybody. We're moving right on. The first are the communications. The minutes from the regular Licensing Commission meeting of 5/15/23. Gentlemen, any comments, edits?
No comments.
None. Thank you very much. I move for the acceptance of the minutes of 5/15/23. Do I have a second?
Aye.
Commissioner Allen seconds. How do you vote, Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Allen?
Abstain.
I vote yes. Thank you very much. Moving on to item number 2, Licensing Commission.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
I believe that Kim told me that you can abstain, and I'm trying to remember that you,
So sorry, you would either vote yes or no on this.
Oh.
So if you, yeah.
Okay, so for
apologize.
members of the public, when a commissioner is not present at the previous meeting, he may not vote on acceptance of the minutes. Commission will take the vote again. So on acceptance of the minutes from the regular Licensing Commission meeting of 5/15/23, make a motion to approve.
Second motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Allen? This is where you're supposed to say no.
No.
Thank you. 2 votes in favor. Motion passes. Item number 2, Licensing Commission requesting a status report on the use of the All Forms alcohol license. First up is AL 17027. This is for Nucleo Sportinguista Inc., 282 McGrath Highway. It is an All Forms license, private club license. This was continued from 10/22, 1/23, 4/23, and 5/15/23. Gentlemen, we are in receipt, and it would be in your meeting packet. We are in receipt of notification from Nucleo Sportinguista that they have a purchase offer for this license. There's no need for them to appear at this meeting. I would ask that we continue this item.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. We're going to move right into, we're going to stay with this item number 2 because it is another All Forms.
Mr. Chair, may I interject?
Yes,
I'm sorry. Are you continuing it until the next meeting?
continuing it to the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next item is for AL 17075. This is for the 99 Restaurant and Pub, 20 Cumming Street. It's an All Forms private. This item was also continued from 1/23/5/23, and we are in receipt from the applicant that they have another item on the agenda, which is item number 19. Gentlemen, I ask you to let me take that out of order and combine the 2 because we may only have one attorney here for both. So let's take the first one, AL 17075. The 99 Restaurant and Pub. Is the license holder or their representative present for this item?
If you're present here for this item, either in person or online, please raise your hand. I will unmute you. I see a Tyler Hensler. I will unmute you on my end. You may need to unmute yourself.
Hello, good evening. Can everyone hear me?
Thank you very much. If you could identify yourself for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Tyler Hensler from Upton, Connell, and Devlin, 112 Water Street, Boston.
Thank you very much. And you're here representing the 99 Restaurant?
I am here representing the 99 Restaurants of Boston LLC for the manager change item. I'm not sure. I'll be honest. I don't know anything about the status of the 120, what was supposed to be discussed at the 123 meeting and 5/15/23 meeting.
Okay, Counselor, we may have cross wires here. They may have another attorney representing them for the actual sale of the license or the transfer of the license. So you are here only to represent 99 on item number 19.
That is correct.
Okay, so gentlemen, it appears to me what's happening is that they may have two different attorneys. And the attorney that's with us, Hensler,
That's correct.
Attorney Hensler, is not familiar with the request to appear for the status. So I think rather than confuse this issue, I'd make a motion to continue the status request for the 99 Restaurant and pick up the change of officers, because it appears as though something's happening on a corporate level. So I'll make a motion to continue this item, AL 17-075, for the 99 Restaurant to next month's hearing.
I would second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Counselor, why don't you stay with us and we'll move right to item number 19.
Oh, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 19 is a request. This is an existing all forms alcohol license. They're looking to change the officers. 99 Restaurant of Boston, LLC, DBA 99 Restaurant, 20 Cummings Street. Approval of a change of officers as described on the agenda. Is there anyone here to represent the licensee? Counselor, could you state your name one more time for the record for us?
Yes, my name is Tyler Hensler, from Upton, Connell, and Devlin in Boston, representing the 99 Restaurants of Boston LLC for this change of officers.
Thank you very much. Could you just, we've got the information in front of us, and could you just describe briefly for us the need for the change of officers?
Yes, this is a simple promotion. The three current officers that you see listed on the agenda are moving on from their position as LLC managers, and the 5 individuals listed in the proposed officers column are replacing them as LLC managers. Nothing from the perspective of the people of Somerville will change. It's merely something that the ABCC makes us do when there's a promotion. I should note that this was submitted via an inverted process, so the ABCC has seen this and approved this, and you should have that letter in front of you, and if you don't, I'd be happy to supplement.
I'm getting indication from our clerk that the letter, we do have possession of the letter. So this is advising all local licensing authorities that all of the 99 Restaurant of Boston LLCs are getting the same information. They're changing from one set of officers to the other. Is that correct?
That is correct. I believe it was in the neighborhood of 60 municipalities received that letter.
Thank you very much. I have no further questions. Commissioner Allen,
No questions?
Commissioner Thomas,
No questions.
make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Council. All right, let's go back to, please forgive me, papers. We love papers. So that brings us up to item number 3. which is a status request of AL 20017 for Top Shelf at Assembly, 365 Canal Street. This is a wine and malt package license. It is a private license. Gentlemen, we are in receipt of communication from the attorney representing Top Shelf. This existing private license has a broker. It is in the process of being sold. So there is no need for that applicant to appear in front of us. We will continue it to next month. Should the transaction go through prior to next month, we will drop it from the agenda. Okay, Lori, good? Continue to next month. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask if we can take something out of order here, only because we have an applicant who has been waiting quite a while for their license to be approved finally by this commission. So with your kind permission, I'd like to take item number 21. It is the request of X&W Papa Inc., DBA Papa Sushi, 499 Broadway, requesting approval of a wine and malt 7-day restaurant license. This is part of the city quota. As you know, we have had multiple meetings about the Papa Sushi request. The city clerk's office has informed me that all necessary paperwork has been received by the purchaser of the Dark Horse license, transferred to a new owner that gives us the ability to go ahead and issue a license to Papa Sushi at that address. The public hearing was held last month on May 15th. Before we move the item, are there any questions about the procedure and what we're going to do now and why we're doing it now? Commissioner Allen.
Do we have an agenda item for that sale to the new license holder?
Commissioner Allen, the item was approved last month
Oh,
in your absence. Yep,
thank you.
you're welcome. Commissioner Thomas.
No questions.
Okay, one more time, Bernabe, is the applicant present?
If you're here for this item, please hit the raised hand icon in the chat. You are unmuted on my end. You may need to unmute yourself on your end.
Hi, commissioners. How are you? This is
Very
E.
well, very well, Stephanie. If you, one more time, if you could just identify yourself for the record.
Okay, this is the issue representing Papa Sushi restaurant at 499 Broadway, Somerville. Trying to
Thank
get
you.
the, yeah.
So Stephanie, if you were on the call, you heard that the applicant or the license holder, formerly known as the Dark Horse, located at your address, successfully completed the sale of his liquor license to another entity. That frees up the address. I am very happy to say that the paperwork is in order. We held the public hearing last month. Are you ready for the commissioners to vote on your application?
Yes. This is
Okay.
great. Mhm.
On item number 21, it is X&W Papa Inc., DBA Papa Sushi, 499 Broadway. They are requesting the approval of a wine and malt 7-day restaurant city quota license. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Stephanie, sincere thanks to you and to your staff members at the restaurant and the owners. I know it's been an arduous journey, and complicating that was the fire next door to your restaurant. Congratulations, you are the proud recipient of a new wine and malt license.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Thank you for all your hard work.
Stephanie, thank you very much. You know I live in the neighborhood. I'll be up to see you once you reopen.
Very welcome, everyone, all the commissioners. Welcome.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
I am also going to ask, gentlemen, at this time that we go to item number 4, and I'm going to request something right after that. So item number 4 is a communication from me requesting this commission to amend section 5.04 of the Somerville Licensing Commission rules and regulations. These are specific to the recreational marijuana establishments, and it should read, A, marijuana retailers may operate no earlier than 9 a.m. to no later than 11 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and no earlier than 10 a.m. and no later than 11 p.m. on Sunday. Commissioners, the reason that I am doing this and making a request of you is that we have a number of recreational cannabis shops that have been open for a while here in the city. We have no complaints on file, either from the Somerville Police Department, through the city administration of 411, or through any of the city councilors in those districts. We do have a pending application from one of our licensees to move his hours from the policy of 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. So I have contacted at least 4 of the city councilors and asked them their opinion. This is not a public hearing, but as a courtesy to those councilors, 3 of those councilors responded to me and said they have no objection to moving it by an additional 2 hours. I'll put it out there for discussion. Commissioner Allen.
Just for comparisons purposes, like neighboring municipalities like Boston, what are their current hours?
Most municipalities are at 11 p.m. There are a few that go to midnight.
I would echo your sentiment that, as far as I'm aware, there have been no issues with the recreational rollout, and I'd be happy with an hour's extension.
Thank you. Commissioner Thomas.
No issues.
Thank you very much. Please remember, gentlemen, that should there be an issue at any of our licensees, we do have the authority to bring them back in, and we do have the authority to roll back their hours. So I think it is, I think it's testament to our licensees that everyone is behaving themselves and they're monitoring what's going on in the public. So I would make a motion that we amend section 5.04 of the Somerville Licensing Commission rules and regulations to reflect the closing hour for our recreational licensees to 11 p.m.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. What I'd now like to do is bring up out of order item number 23, which is directly connected to this one. And this is where the original application came in. And we could not do that last month because of the way our rules read. So item number 23, thank you, gentlemen. I'm going to take this out of order, is a request from a retail marijuana to change their hours. This is for the Harvest Club LLC, DBA The Goods, 255 Elm Street, requesting approval of a change of hours. Their current hours bring them right up to 9 o'clock. What they're requesting is to an 11 o'clock closing. Bernabe, is the applicant present?
If you are here for this item, please hit the raise hand icon. I see Christopher Vining. I'm going to unmute you.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can. Chris, if you could just identify yourself for the record.
Chris Vining, 119 College Avenue, apartment 32, Somerville, Mass.
And Chris, you're one of the owners of record of the Harvest Club LLC, The Goods.
Correct.
Thank you very much. Chris, could you tell the commissioners a little bit more, how long have you been open and what is the need for the 11 p.m. closing?
So we've been open since November 17th, so a little bit over 6 months. And like Chairman Lynch mentioned, we've had no incidents with the police or fire. We have seen a desire from our consumers to be open a little bit later, especially some of the employees of other restaurants or other businesses in Davis Square. And we think that expanding the hours will allow us to serve more customers from Somerville and create more tax revenue for the city. So we're very hopeful that we can go to 11. We think that it'll be an overall benefit to Davis Square and Somerville cannabis in general.
Thank you very much, Chris. Chris, in your industry knowledge, in the metropolitan Boston area, is 10 or 11 o'clock the standard closing time for recreational cannabis shops?
It differs much municipality to municipality, but in the Boston area, 10 to 11 seems to be the prevailing time to close operations for the evening. We are familiar with one group in Melrose, actually, right off of Route 1, that goes from 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. That seems like a lot to us, but we think that an 11 p.m. time will support a lot of these companies in Somerville are independent wholesale dispensaries, and the additional hours are vital to the success of the business, we feel.
Thank you very much. I have no further questions. Commissioner Thomas.
I have no questions of the applicant.
Commissioner Allen.
No questions.
Thank you very much. This does not require a public hearing, but just for any members of the public. Always with any of our licensees, should there be issues that the licensing commission needs to know about, please feel free to use any avenue to get that information to us. Somerville Police Department, 311, your local city councilor, or directly to licensing@somervillema.gov. Thank you very much. With that being said, I make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, Mr. Vining. Good wishes.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you. Okay, where are we, Lori? We are going into, I believe, we're going to do public sidewalk seating because we have 2 members of staff.
You said you wanted to go 10 to 17.
Yes, so gentlemen, if it's all right, we'll do that. We have 2 members of city staff waiting. So let's take up item number 10. This is an existing common victualler license, public sidewalk seating for La Cosecha Corp., DBA La Cosecha, 85 Broadway, requesting approval of a public sidewalk seating license for 8 seats. This is a public hearing. Bernabe is the applicant present.
If you are here for this item, please raise your hand. I see a Francis Otting, but I believe that's Captain Otting.
That's
That's
Captain.
Captain Otting.
That is Captain Otting from the Somerville Fire Department.
Okay, so it looks like Anna. Anna Perez, I'm going to unmute you. You might need to unmute yourself.
Hi, hello.
Anna, how are you? It's Commissioner Lynch. If you could identify yourself for the record, please.
Yes, sure. My name is Ana Maria Perez. I'm representing La Cosecha Corp. For the asking for the license of adding 1 seat more for an outdoor public sidewalk.
Very good. Anna, is this the first year that you're applying for public property permit? Public seating?
Let me ask to be 100% sure.
Mr. Chair, the new person application was approved for clean victual maybe last month.
Okay. Can I actually look at the minutes from last month and see if this showed up? From the La Cosecha.
That doesn't matter.
Right now, Sergio Espinosa is connecting also to the commission, and he knows more about the history of the restaurant. So if you can give the word to him, that will be easier.
I didn't catch that.
I think they said the person who would have more knowledge of the restaurant is just busy because we can't really answer that question. I mean, I could tell you.
Okay.
So,
No, it's all right. Let's do this. I asked a question about existing or is this new? So why don't we just put that off to the side for a moment? Anna, how long has the restaurant been open?
Again, sir, it will be awesome if you allow Sergio to talk so he can answer right away all your questions.
Is he on?
Yeah, I'm gonna unmute him.
Okay.
Sergio, I'm gonna unmute you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna.
Sergio, you're still muted on your end, so just hit the microphone button.
Okay, now can you hear me?
We can. Thank you very much. Could identify
Okay.
yourself for the record, please?
Yes, sorry about that. My name is Sergio Espinoza. I'm one of the consulting managers over for La Cosecha.
Sergio, very good. Sergio, you've been open for a little bit. Is this the first time that you're applying for outdoor seating on the public way?
It is, yes.
Okay. All right. And you're just looking for 8 seats. This is all on the sidewalk, correct?
Exactly, yep. 8 seats.
Okay. All right.
And we are going to have the barriers on there as well, as we detailed on the plan.
Got it. And it's going to fall in line with your current hours of operation, correct?
Yep, exactly.
Thank you very much. I have no further questions. Commissioner Allen.
No questions.
Commissioner Thomas.
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. Do we have a member of the engineering team who wishes to comment on the application?
Yes, this is Isabella. Can you hear me?
Isabella, we
Yes.
can, if you could just identify yourself, thanks.
Hi, my name is Isabella. I am representing engineering.
Thank you very much. And what's the pleasure of the administration?
La Cosecha provided all the necessary documentation and the administration recommends this for approval.
Excellent. Thank you very much. This is a public hearing. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If you're here to speak on this item, please hit the raised hand icon, or if you're here in the room, speak on this item. Oh, okay, let me check the onlines. Again, if you're here to speak on this item, please hit the raised hand icon. Nothing.
Thank you very much. For the record, Councilor McLaughlin has no objection to the application. Seeing no members of the public, I'll close the public hearing. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Allen. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Sergio,
Thank
you're
you.
all set. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take
Item
care.
number 11, we're going to stay with public parklet seating, public seating. Item number 11 is from Flatbread Somerville, Inc., DBA Flatbread Company, 45 Day Street. They're looking for public parklet seating outdoors, 45 seats. This is a public hearing. Is there applicant present, Bernabé?
If you're here to speak on this item, please hit the raised hand icon. James Harrison. Again, if you're here to speak on behalf of Flatbread, please hit the raised hand icon. All right, James Harrison, I'm gonna unmute you. You may need to unmute yourself on your end, so hit the little microphone button.
Good evening, James Harrison, representing American Flatbread, 45 Day Street, Somerville.
Thank you, James. Commissioner Lynch here. Tell us a little bit about it. 45 seats.
Yes, we've had it. We've had it before out there, and it's been very successful for us. We do just have the one-way street coming down. We provided all, I believe, all the documentation. It was a journey, but everybody in City Hall really helped me get through this, and I really appreciate everybody's efforts. It is vital to us. We do employ 65 people here at Flatbread, and people really do enjoy that outside seating, and we were busy out there all year. So it really helps us probably employ, 4 extra people during the year. So it does help us 100%.
Terrific. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Commissioner Thomas.
James, thank you. Commissioner Thomas, can you talk a little bit about the ADA accessibility apparatus you have on the premises outdoors?
Yeah, what we have right now is it's a picnic table that's designed,
Okay,
inside
perfect.
the specs. Yep.
And bathrooms?
Bathrooms were loaded. We have 2 urinals, full stall, and then 3 stalls in the women's room.
Excellent. No further questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Allen.
No questions for the applicant.
Thank you. Captain Otting, you had concerns with some of these smaller streets that come off of Elm. You all set with 45 Day Street?
Thank you. We are continuing to work with each of the applicants, and as we issue communication, we just emphasize that we may need to make some adjustments to ensure
Sorry.
that apparatus can
Caught by
access.
surprise. That's all.
Right.
That's awful.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, Captain Otting, we're losing you. Are you mobile or?
No, there's multiple issues with
Okay.
Microsoft Outlook, and I'm trying to join in. I can try from my phone. Let me put comments in the.
This is why I'm old school. I like seeing people in person. All right, why don't we do this? Why don't we move on to the public hearing part, and then hopefully we can get her back. Captain Otting, we'll wait for you to come back in. No other questions from the commissioners on this one?
We haven't
Okay.
heard from engineering yet.
If I may try again, is anybody able to hear me better now?
Much better, Francis, thank you.
Wonderful. So in response to the question on access, as we approve parklets, we continue to communicate that some minor adjustments may be necessary. Those can be made on a case-by-case basis, but we don't have any concerns with the placement or the width as submitted here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And engineering, what is the pleasure of the administration on this application?
I worked with James Harrison, and they provided all the improvements that we required, and the administration recommends this one for approval as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a public hearing. Bernabe, are there any members of the public who wish to be heard?
If you wish to be heard on this item, either here or online, please hit the raised hand icon. I do not see anybody, Chair.
Seeing none, close the public hearing. Make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, Mr. Harrison. Very good. Thank you.
I appreciate all your help. And again, it was a pleasure working with the people at City Hall. It was really, I appreciate all the help they gave me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Item number 12, Barra Bars LLC DBA Barra 23A Bow Street requesting approval of a public parklet seating license for 26 streets. This is a public hearing. Bernabe is the applicant present.
Paula Ibarra, I'm going to unmute you.
Hello, good evening, commissioners. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Paula. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks so much for bringing our case here. And I can identify myself. I'm Paola Ibarra, representing Barra at 23 Bow Street in Somerville.
Great. Could you describe the outdoor parklet to us just briefly?
Yes, it's a parklet for 26 people. It's identical to what we did last year, except for the new ADA conditions that require just like a bridge. But all the rest is the same. We are actually over the specifications for ADA, and we have a bathroom that's ADA accessible.
Very good. Thank you very much. How was last year, Paula?
It was great, and really we appreciate that we're letting us do the parklets again. It's great for our employees to keep their employment, to get a better income. The community really enjoys it. They've been asking. So yeah, we're very happy to start this season.
Very good. Thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas.
No questions.
Commissioner Allen.
Just one question on the schematic. You've got something labeled future access to courtyard. Is the area to the side or behind the restaurant currently in use?
It is not in use. We weren't approved last year because of ADA accessibility concerns. So for now, we're just applying for the parklet.
Understood. Thank you. No further questions.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody here from the administration who wishes to comment on this? Isabella?
They also revised the plans just like we required, and the administration recommends this one for approval as well.
Thank you very much. This is a public hearing. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If you're here to speak on this item, please click on the raise hand icon. Dan Luft, I will unmute you. You may need to unmute yourself on your end.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can. If you could identify yourself for the record, please.
My name is Dan Luft, and I work for the owner of the building that abuts behind Barra. And I was also concerned about the future access to courtyard because that goes through just 3 feet from the back of 6 Giles Park, where there are 6 private porches back there. And at one point there was seating back there, and I just want to make sure, because the lights were on and the noise was on and the smells were on, and the tenants who live back there were aware of all of that all the time. I just want to make sure that future access to courtyard is not part of future asking to seat the courtyard.
Okay, Mr. Luft, what we have in front of us is a request for a parklet on Bow Street. There is no request in front of us for the private patio seating.
Okay, I guess I was just worried about the wording of future access.
No, the only thing that, should the commission decide, the only thing that will be approved is the parklet on Bow Street.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other members of the public who wish to be heard on this application? Seeing none? Sorry.
Sheila Foley, I'm going to unmute you. You may need to unmute yourself.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can, Sheila. If you could identify yourself for the record, please.
Hello, my name is Sheila Foley, and I am part of the family of Borges for the neighborhood restaurant next door to Barra.
Thank you, Sheila.
I am also concerned with the back alley that has a seating. It looks like there will be seating back there, and we are all living here with children and families, and restaurants that stay open late at night with alcohol sometimes is very loud. So I'm speaking for all the neighbors in this area to make sure that there are no tables sitting in the backyard, because it's not handicap accessible, and I share that backyard. We don't know who owns it. Eddie, the landlord of that building, and myself have always been very well communicated and very respectful of each other, always as neighbors. And I like to continue that with Barra and make sure that there are no tables or chairs in this back alley, because it's not allowed. We all have to go through in front of the board to get licenses to seat, and we need to respect each other, and we need to respect each other's backyards, and that is not a place for tables and chairs. I just want to make sure that we all understand that this is a residential as well as a business.
Thank you, Sheila. Again, let me repeat, what's in front of the licensing commission tonight is the request for 26 seats in a public parklet on Bow Street. We will not be approving anything in the back patio.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Bernabe, any other members of the public?
If there's anybody here who hasn't spoken already on this item, please hit the raise hand icon. I don't see anybody, Commissioner.
Thank you very much. I will close that part of the public hearing. Any other comments, questions? Okay, I make a motion to approve this application for 26 seats outdoors in a public parklet at 23A Bow Street.
I will second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, Paolo.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, and thanks everyone that spoke also from the community, and feel free to talk to us about any concerns. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 13, Area Celeste, DBA Celeste, 21 Bow Street, requesting approval of a public parklet seating license outdoors for 21 seats. Is the applicant present?
Maria Rondeau, I will unmute you. You may need to unmute yourself.
Hi, good evening, commissioners.
Good evening, Maria. Welcome back. If you could identify yourself for the record.
Thank you so much. Maria Rondo from Celeste at 21 Bow Street.
Welcome back. Celeste, Maria, how has it changed from last year? Any significant changes here?
No, it's exactly like last year. In fact, I was here about a month ago. We had side seating and front seating, but we would like to focus all our seating on the front, and that's the reason for this hearing today. To maintain the 21 seats that were approved a month ago, but instead of splitting them into two areas, focus entirely on the front.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Allen.
No questions for the applicant.
Commissioner Thomas.
No questions.
Any representative from the administration wish to comment?
Yes, as Maria mentioned, they're just moving the seats from the private patio to the parklet, and the administration recommends this for approval.
Thank you very much. Bernabe, are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If you're here to speak on this item, please hit the raise hand icon. Don't see anybody, Commissioner.
Okay. Seeing no members of the public, I'll close that part of the public hearing. Make a motion to approve Area Celeste 21 Bow Street for outdoor public parklet seats on Bow Street, 21 seats.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Maria, thank you very much. Have a good season.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Staying with outdoor seating. Application, item number 14 is an application by New England Neapolitan Assembly Row LLC DBA Salt and Stone 463 Assembly Row, requesting approval of a private patio seating license for 64 seats. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant present?
If you're here to speak on this item, please hit the raise hand icon. Sean Olson.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Good evening, Sean. State your name for the record, please.
Sean Olson.
And Sean, give us a little bit about the outdoor seating down at Salt and Stone.
Okay, we have actually previously been and have license for 65 seats outside. We've only actually been using about 45 of those inside our pavilion. And now we've actually increased the size of the pavilion in order to accommodate, or we're in the process of increasing the size of the pavilion in order to handle 64 seats inside the building, the structure. So I think it's been a little confusing since we're already approved for this.
So Sean, is your representation that you've already got approval for X number of seats down at your site? Is that what you're telling us?
That's correct. Well, that's correct. If we look at the license stated.
Sean, I'm sorry. So you have X number of seats. Are you requesting an increase or a decrease?
It's actually a decrease of 1 seat.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, so there's a little movement going around, and because we require you to tell us what you're doing, you're back in front of us just to tell us that you're going to be moving some seats and tables and chairs around. Is that it?
That's correct, yes.
All right. Sean, give me 1 second. I'm looking at the schematic on screen here. Hold on 1 second. No, I'm pretty good on it. Can you, Sean, can you describe to us, if you look straight on to your plan, what is that ramp looking thing that's in the lower right-hand side? Is that just access from public common area?
Are you talking about it goes like rectangle and then slants away or down? Commissioner, if you could put your cursor on it, I can answer that.
Correct.
That is actually planters that has shrubs and different things in it.
Got it. Okay. So it's not public walkway. That's a planter
That is
system.
correct.
Got it.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Just wanted to make sure. All right. I have no other questions. Commissioner Allen.
Just to confirm my understanding of this, you have an existing canopy over some of your seating?
It's called a pavilion, and it is like a post and beam structure that will withstand winds up to 110 miles an hour. And if you look at our plan, we want to make it bigger by 16 by 16 feet roughly, in order to accommodate our licensed amount of seats inside, not just partially inside and the rest outside. The sides of this pavilion also, they're mostly full roll-up sides. Yep.
Understood. And are the dimensions of the pavilion changing as a result of this?
This is bigger than we currently have now. We're adding 16 feet by 16 feet roughly. It's actually a little bit less.
Understood. Thank you. No further questions.
Thank you. Commissioner Thomas.
Yeah, hi, Sean. So
Hi.
of that 16 feet that's being added, how much of that do you have dedicated to ADA accessibility?
We're not actually adding any seats. We're going down, but
Okay.
right here we have in the pavilion itself seating for four. No, six. I apologize, six. And then
Great.
outside and inside we have plenty more. So.
And no issues last year, or no issues with finding the bathroom?
No.
Perfect. Sounds good. No further questions.
Thank you very much. Sean, one more question. You gonna do any outdoor heaters out there? No?
We have been doing like little room, like electric ones currently. We are hoping to get some ones that are energy efficient that would be permanent, and we're in the process of bidding that through different electricians.
Okay, Sean, do you currently have approval from the fire department for any type of heating element, whether it's electric or gas?
We don't have gas in the pavilion.
Do you have electric heaters in the pavilion?
Not permanent ones. They're ones that literally you plug into the
You have
outlet.
electric heaters in the pavilion?
Yes,
you
we do.
sign off
No,
on
well,
your license?
I apologize. We do not have something for that, and we will not use them until I speak with them.
Thank you very much. Sean, it does require an amendment to the existing license. I would advise you to get that in quickly to us before anyone sees you using unauthorized electric heaters.
Okay.
There you go.
Taking care of it right after this. I'll make sure they're not there.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone from engineering who wishes to comment on from the administration on this application?
Yes, I would like to point 2 points on this application. The first one is that although the address is on Assembly Road, this setup is on Canal Street, which is a smaller street on the side. And something else that I would like to note is that they are showing on the plans 6-foot clearance for pedestrians, but we granted 5 foot 7 inches in this case. So they actually need to revise this plan to show the latest.
Isabella, hi Isabella. It's not 5'6". We requested.
I'm sorry, 4. I'm sorry, 4.
Are you granting the 4'6"?
I believe that was granted, yes.
Okay, that is something we've been waiting anxiously on, so I can let the builders know. We will modify the plans to show 4'6".
Okay.
4'7".
let's back up here a little bit. Very rarely do we negotiate at the licensing hearing. So Isabella, is it the
Yes.
representation of the administration that you are recommending approval of this with the submission of a new plan?
Yes, we are recommending the approval.
Okay, thank you very much. Commissioner Allen.
Isabella, just to confirm, because we tripped up before in Assembly Row, we are confident that this is on the private way.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay.
No further questions.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas.
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Great. So this is a public hearing. Brenda Bay, are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If anybody would like to speak on this item, please hit the raise hand icon.
Commissioners, this is Captain Otting speaking on behalf of ISD Electric and Fire. Just following up to close the loop on the advisement for the electric heaters, both ISD Electric and Fire will require to review the power supply and the type of heater. So those additional pieces of information can be added to this existing plan and need to be submitted to ISD Electric and Somerville Fire Prevention Bureau. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Otting, and I believe it comes through Citizen Serve. We'll see the amendment to the license and then appropriately distribute it to ISD and Fire. Okay, Sean, you get it, right? You got to kind of do an amendment here to include those heaters, okay?
Absolutely. Well, we'll just take them. We won't have them. I don't mean to keep going on, but we only use them when it's chilly and hopefully we're into summer. So, but we will get everything in front of the captain and the electrical department. We do have all of our fire and safety for the existing permit. So.
So I'll wave my magic wand here and make sure that we have nothing but 75 to 80 degree weather so that you don't have to use anything you're not authorized to use, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're here to please at the Licensing Commission. Any other members of the public wish to be heard on the application? Seeing none, I'll close that part of the public hearing. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Sean, enjoy the good weather.
Gentlemen, thank you very much as always. You great help. Thanks, Isabella. Thank you, Captain.
Thank you. Next is item number 15. This is an existing all forms alcohol license. They're looking for public parklet and public sidewalk seating and the change of hours. This is Thai J&J DBA Siam Ginger, 22 Bow Street, requesting approval of a public parklet seating and public sidewalk seating and a change of hours. On the public parklet, they're looking for 12. On the outdoor public sidewalk, they're looking for 4. The change of hours are as noted in the graph that we have in front of us. I don't see any significant change with the exception of Saturday. They want to move to a 12 a.m. closing versus an 10 p.m. closing. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant present?
Gintana, I'm going to unmute you.
Hi, my name is Gintana Johnson. I am the owner of the Siam Ginger, 22 Bow Street, Somerville.
Welcome, Gintana. If you could tell us a little bit about the setup for Siam Ginger at 22 Bow Street.
Okay. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
If you could tell us a little bit about how you're going to be setting up on the sidewalk and the public parklet.
Okay, we have the outdoor seating same last year. I have only 16 seats, 12 on the parklet and 4 seats on the sidewalk.
Okay, is this your first year or did you have this last year?
I have this last year. This is the second year.
Okay, and both on the sidewalk and in the parklet?
Yes.
Same number of seats?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Thomas, any questions of the applicant?
I don't have any questions of the applicant on this application.
Commissioner Allen?
No questions for the applicant.
Isabella, do we have a recommendation from the city administration?
Yes, this is the same setup as last year, and the administration recommends this for approval.
Thank you very much. This is a public hearing. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
Jim McGinnis, I will unmute you. You may need to unmute yourself.
Hi, my name is Jim McGinnis. I live at 26 Bow Street, immediately adjacent to Siam Ginger. And I know there have been some concerns expressed by, can you hear me?
We can, Jim. Thank you very much.
I had read that one of the neighboring businesses was concerned about loss of parking. And I just want to say that, first of all, last year we were very pleased. There were no issues at all with the use of this parklet. And secondly, we'd had a consistent problem of people often going to Union Square Donuts or perhaps the post office or other places, blocking our driveway. And actually, when this parklet was installed, that was greatly decreased, and it also made it much safer for us to pull out of our driveway since we had better visibility through the parklet rather than through a car or truck that might be parked there. So from our point of view, it was not only no problem, it was an advantage. So I just want to make it clear as a direct abutter, we're all in favor.
Thank you, Mr. McGinnis. The law of unintended consequences there. Are there any other members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If you'd like to be heard on this, please hit the raised hand icon. Nobody else.
Thank you very much. So we have, take that, just want to make sure on the hours here. Hold on. Okay. All right, gentlemen, any other questions? We have a recommendation for approval from the administration. We have one member of the public. All set?
And there was a email that came in from.
My apologies. There was an email that came in. We've entered it into the record. And the concern on that email was the parking.
For Fuji and Siam Ginger.
Correct. Okay. All right, I'm going to close that part of the public hearing. Make a motion to approve.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Next item.
Sorry, before we move on, I just want to make sure that we are also approving the change of hours on this item.
Forgive me, my apologies. So we are approving the parklet. And gentlemen, if you have no issue with the change of hours, all right, let's take a vote on it. I'll make a motion to approve, right, item number 15 for safety's sake. We will also approve the proposed hours.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bernabé. Item number 16 is Restaurant Turistico Machu Picchu, DBA Machu Picchu 311 Somerville Ave, requesting approval of a public parklet and public sidewalk. Outdoor parklet, 40 seats. Outdoor public sidewalk, 16 seats. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant present?
Sorry. If you're here to speak on this item, Rosie Serdna, I'm going to unmute you. You may need to hit the unmute button on yourself as well. Oh. All right, so there's two people with. I'm going to unmute Rosie Serdna first. Actually, you are unmuted, Rosie. If you could unmute yourself, just hit the little microphone icon. See damage. Again, if you're here to speak on behalf of Machu Picchu, please hit the raise hand icon.
Hello.
Thank you very much. We can hear you now. Can you identify yourself for the record, please?
Good evening, commissioners. My name is Rosie Serna. I'm representing here Machu Picchu Restaurant, and I'm requesting for approval for public parking settings, same setup as last year.
Thank you very much, Rosie. Any problems last year? Everything was all set?
No at all. We actually enjoy it. Looks like the community loves to enjoy the outdoor, the weather and the scenery. And we would love to have it this year as well.
Terrific. Thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas.
No questions of the applicant.
Commissioner Allen.
No questions.
Administration, what's your pleasure on Machu Picchu's application?
They have the exact same setup as last year, and we recommend this one for approval.
Thank you very much. This is a public hearing. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If you are here to speak on this item, please hit the raised hand icon. Ken Zhang, I will unmute you. Oh, just disappeared. Again, if you're here to speak on this item from the public, please hit the raised hand icon and I will unmute you. I don't see any chair.
Thank you very much. Seeing none, close that part of the public hearing and make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Rosie, good luck.
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 17 is Bow Street Charm Core, DBA Fuki Japanese Restaurant, 16 Bow Street, requesting approval of a public parklet seating license and a public sidewalk seating license. Outdoors, they're looking for 16 in the parklet, outdoors and 2 on the sidewalk. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant present?
If you're here to speak on behalf of Fuki Japanese Cuisine, Ken Zhang, I'm going to unmute you.
Hello, how are you, everyone? I'm Ken Zhang, SB. I'm the owner for the Fuki Japanese Cuisine. I applied for the public parking for the 16 SIP, and yeah, we're doing last year too. It's pretty good. The customers like that, so I plan to do it again. Thank you so much.
And Ken, this is year number 2 for you out on the street?
Yes.
Okay. And is this the same setup that you had in last year?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Thomas.
Thank you.
No questions of the applicant.
Commissioner Allen.
No questions.
Okay. Isabella, the pleasure of the administration is to do what with this application?
The administration recommends this one for approval.
Thank you very much. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on this application for Fuki Japanese Cuisine, 16 Bow Street?
If you're here to speak on this item, please hit the raised hand icon. I don't see anybody, Mr. Chair.
Seeing no members of the public, I would make a note that we did receive an email also concerning this outdoor application, and it was from another business in the area. So it looks like what we will have to do is kind of play a little bit of traffic cop down on Bow Street. We have a couple of restaurants who are out in the public way. There seems to be some problem with a 5-minute or a 10-minute drop-off. And our friends at the post office are constantly hogging some clearly needed quick in and outs for another one of the business. Let me see what we can do in terms of working with engineering, traffic and parking to alleviate that problem down there.
Commissioner, would you like me to provide you some additional
In the interim, we will close the public hearing and I'll make a motion to approve. Shane, thank you very much. Best
Thank you.
wishes.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank
we
you,
are
everyone.
done there with the outdoor seating. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Zhang. We're done with the outdoor seating, so thank you to Isabella and Director Postaway. I know you've been on the call. Thank you very much. Is there anything else we need to know on any of the applications that we approved tonight? You good? I think they're both good. Okay, I am going to ask Clerk Rodriguez if you could assist the folks who are here in the chamber so we can take them next.
What item are you here for?
Okay, at the request of the chair, let's take item number 22 out of order. It is a request for an all forms 7-day restaurant license, Chapter 142, common victualler license, entertainment by devices indoors license. Item number 22 is for Pinky Swear Inc., DBA Junebug, 251 Washington Street. They're requesting an approval of an all forms 7-day restaurant license, city license, common victualler, and entertainment by devices indoors. The proposed hours of operation for food and alcohol is Sunday through Saturday, 12 p.m. through 12 a.m. This is a public hearing. Commissioner, Director, City Clerk, Verna Bay, is the applicant present? I see they are present in the chamber. Come on up. Thank you very much. If you could just state your name for the record.
Andrew Brady, 5 Mountain Avenue, Somerville.
Excellent. Andrew, tell us a little bit about the proposed operation.
Good evening, members of the commission. First off, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to review our application. As you know, we are seeking approval for a non-transferable all forms city liquor license for Junebug Restaurant located at 251 Washington Street in Union Square. Junebug will be a neighborhood restaurant featuring new American cuisine inspired by our wood-fired oven, an ever-changing selection of natural wines from around the world, classic cocktails, and a draft beer list featuring some of New England's finest craft offerings. It'll feel warm and inviting, allowing all patrons to experience a real sense of community and respite within stores. The menu at Junebug will contribute to the concept sense of approachable elegance featuring bold vegetable dishes, great pizzas, carefully sourced wood-fired meats, and simply prepared pristine seafood. The space was formerly Team B Pizza, which was approved for the same city license we were applying for just a few years ago. There will be no change of use at the location. The work we'll be doing before opening is purely cosmetic. We feel this is a great location for our concept as it fills the need for more dining options presented by the GLX and the ongoing development in the square. Sarah, my partner in life and business, and I met, sorry, that's my spot here, have been working in Union Square for over 10 years. I've lived there for 7 before we made a small move to Spring Hill to accommodate our growing family. We met here working on the opening team at the Ramen Restaurant. I was the sous chef and Sarah was a server. We both were quickly promoted to upper management and ran the day-to-day for the first 2 years of operations there. It was during that time that we fell in love and began dreaming of running our own businesses. We've been running Field and Vine in Union Square for almost 6 years now, forging countless relationships with members of the community who have become regulars, dear friends, and even employees. We've offered a safe space for engagements, birthdays, anniversaries, first dates, 50th dates, or just a nice night out. We've received consistent and resounding praise from local and national hospitality media. And in that time, we have very much grown, much in sync with the city. We had our son Otis. He's now 3 and attends Summer Street Preschool Co-op in Spring Hill. We joined Off Their Plate in April 2020 to provide meals for medical workers during the early chaos of the pandemic. We joined forces with dear friend and sommelier Lauren Friel of Rebel and Wild Child here in Somerville to open Deer Annie Wine Bar just over the city line on Mass Ave in Cambridge. In its short life, Deer Annie has received much critical acclaim, including a spot on both Bon Appetit's 50 Best New Restaurants of 2022 and the New York Times America's 50 Best Restaurants of 2022. We are now working on opening Junebug, a concept that will further cement our commitment to the city and offer another independently owned mom-and-pop dining option to the many new residents of Somerville, Union Square in particular, will be welcoming in the coming years. We are seeking approval for this license as it allows our business the ability to make ends meet and achieve success in the increasingly challenging climate the restaurant industry is operating. We're seeking approval of this license so we can offer another top-notch dining experience to our community. We are seeking approval of this license so our small team and mom-and-pop business can thrive along with the city of Somerville. Thank you.
Sorry, before do you mind speaking a little bit louder to the mic, a little bit closer, just when you answer any
You
questions?
can, Andrew, move the mic
Yeah, if
towards
you
you a
wanna
little
move-
bit. There you go. So now you're gonna have to repeat that. We got him to smile. He was being so serious up here. Andrew, beautifully done. Thank you very much. When you say elegant dining, so I assume these are starched white tablecloths, Limoges china, Waterford crystal, and sterling. Is that what you're talking about?
No, not quite. It comes through the food a little bit more, but the restaurant is very casual.
Yes.
Kid friendly. Just the food we try to like elevate their ingredients as much as.
The ovens are staying.
The oven is standing, yeah, we're kind of building the concept of the menu around the oven.
Great.
It's a really special piece of equipment, so.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Any issues that we need to know about of any alcoholic beverage license that you currently hold in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts? Okay. Commissioner Thomas.
Hi, Andrew. You mentioned minor cosmetic changes. Anything related to seating, flooring?
No, we're getting new benches and,
Perfect.
and new tables and chairs and furniture, but we're not changing the amount of seats.
That's great. Can't wait to get there. Yeah.
You can tell he lives in your district. Commissioner Allen.
On the entertainment by devices indoor, just background music.
Yeah, just that. Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. No further questions.
Thank you very much. As someone of a certain age, can I please have some chairs in there with back support?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Not that that's gonna, I'm not gonna base my opinion on that, but you know, just say it. Okay, thank you. Would you care for your partner to say anything, or are you okay? She's okay. She wrote it, Andrew. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If you're here to speak on this item, please hit the raise hand icon. Michael Cates, I will unmute you.
Good morning. I'm Michael Katz. I live at 3 Emerson Street, Union Square. I'm quite active in the square. We've been here for 39 years. I want to highly support Andrew and Sarah in their desire to open a new restaurant. I've eaten many times at their restaurant, and I'm at where their existing management is. And I can tell you they are truly members of the community. We see them buying food all the time at the farmers market, and they are active and caring people.
Mr. Katz, thank you very much. Are there any other members of the public who wish to be heard?
If anybody else is here to speak on this item, please hit the raise hand icon. I don't see anybody, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. So I'm just going to say that I had a unexpected phone call from Jessica Eschliman from the Union Square Main Streets organization, and I didn't get back to her, but now I have a sneaky suspicion I know why she was calling me. So there are no other members of the public. I'll close that part of the public hearing and make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Andrew, best wishes.
Thank you very much.
A lot of success.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you very much. Let's go back to the order of business. And where did we leave off there, Commissioner? Special alcohol licenses.
Number 5.
Number 5, please. Number 5. It's a request by the Portuguese American Civic League, 26 Springfield Street. Approval of a special alcohol for the American Holy Ghost Fest to be held indoors and outdoors at 26 Springfield and in the parking lot on Friday, July 7th, Saturday, July 8th, and Sunday, July 9th, from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Is the applicant present?
If you're here to speak on this item, please hit the raise hand icon. Vasco Kuna, I'm going to unmute you. You may need to hit the mute microphone button on yourself as well. And Joe Vasconcelos, I will unmute you as well.
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
We can, Joe. Yep, thank you. Can you identify yourself for the record, please?
Yeah, my name is Vasco Cunha. I'm here for behalf of the Portuguese American Civic League, 26 Springfield Street. We requested approval for a special alcohol license for the Holy Ghost Feast.
Thank you very much, Vasco. How many years have you guys been doing this down there?
We've been doing that for over 30 years. We haven't done it for the past couple of years because of COVID.
Thank you very
COVID-19.
much. How many people do you expect during the course of the day? How many people?
I don't know, maybe some. How many?
Commissioners,
Yeah.
this is Joe Vasconcelos. Can you
Hi,
hear
Joe.
me?
How are you? Yeah.
I'm doing well. Nice to see everyone again. So we would like to request one amendment. On Sunday, we usually start serving the Portuguese soups to the public around noontime. So we'd like to have the liquor service starting at 12 noon. And we've been doing this feast since 1904.
Thank you very much. A little bit before my time, Joe, but that's okay. All right, so in the past, you know that you have to have an approved vendor for the alcohol, the beer and wine that you're serving. How are you going to control under 21 drinking? What kind of system are you going to use there?
Well, we're going to check for IDs to everybody that, goes and purchases the liquor.
Okay. All right, I'm going to turn this over to Commissioner Allen.
All right, coming to me then. Are you planning on checking the IDs at the point of sale, or are you going to be issuing wristbands?
No, the point of sale.
Okay. Have you been in contact with the Somerville Police Department as to if this is going to require a detail?
Commissioners, actually, we were waiting for today's approval because we usually get 2 police details from the city of Somerville, a fire detail from the city of Somerville, and also a Cambridge detail for all 3 days. But we didn't want to go ahead and request any details until we had this meeting and the approval by the commission. We also will be having an ADA porta potty outside in the parking lot across the street, but also another regular porta potty. We will also be observing the noise ordinance for Cambridge and Somerville. So around 10:30, we'll actually have the music lower their volume, and in consideration of our neighbors, because a lot of them are elderly and also have young children. And one of the things we usually do is also notify our neighbors of the upcoming festival. But a lot of them on Springfield Street have lived here their whole entire lives, so they're so used to it.
Excellent. I appreciate the context there. Do you set up any sort of perimeter like rope just to keep people with drinks from wandering up and down the street?
Actually, where we'll have the Budweiser truck, we have signs there that indicate no alcohol beyond this point. And the same thing happens on the other side of the street where the club is. We do have signs, and we also have members who monitor. And usually at that point where the street starts, we usually have one of the police officers standing by.
Excellent. Thank you. No further questions for the applicant.
Thank you very much. Joe or Vascos, any open flames? You're going to be doing any outdoor cooking there?
Yes, we will actually have the sardine pit. And this year, I'm going to make sure that Vasco's working in the sardine pit. And that's why we actually have the fire detail, Commissioner.
Okay, because you know where I'm going with that, Mr. Vasconcelos. Yeah. Captain Audane, guess what? We got some cooking on the streets going on. You're gonna get an
Accept.
application. You okay with
Very
that?
good. Appreciate your diligence on that. And with the outdoor setup, this is a wonderful event. I've actually been your detail a few years back, not long after I got on the department, about 11 years ago. So I can attest to it being very well run. In terms of the fire department specifications, if any tents will be greater than 10 by 10, they do need to be permitted. We can work with you on that. Glad to help set up the flammables permit if you'll have more than the allowable limit for propane. And then also the grilling, we'll get all of that set up under a flammables temporary license. And we'll facilitate, it's a simple form. We do it every year with your team
Yes.
for setting up the fire detail.
Also, just
those
so you
2
know,
days.
we're actually using the same tent company, BC Tent, and they will actually be putting in the request for the permit for the tent. So you should be hearing from
Fantastic.
them. We didn't want to move ahead with anything of, putting in any details until we met with, the license commission.
Understood. Well, we'll facilitate. We can streamline you taking care of that paperwork now. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all. And Lieutenant Matsakis, I know you're still on the call. You'll be getting requests from them for detail as well. Okay?
Yep. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anything
Thank you.
else, gentlemen?
Thank
Anything?
you.
You good?
Hope
Okay.
to see you at the festival.
All right, make a motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. Have a great
Thank you.
festival. Thank you. Why don't we turn this over to Commissioner Allen, because you weren't here last month and you're getting rusty.
Gotta do
Okay.
my time up with that.
And
Excellent.
Commissioner Allen, we have a request for number 6 to also take number 24.
I've got it noted here.
Thank
Perfect.
you very much.
So we'll open this up with item number 6, Revival Davis LLC, 197 Elm Street, requesting approval of a special alcohol license for a Sarma picnic party by Liz Barwick to be held indoors in the cafe and outdoors on the private patio, 197 Elm Street on Sunday, July 9th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Is the applicant present?
Jillian Quinn, I'm going to mute you. You may need to unmute yourself.
Good evening, commissioners. My name is Jillian Quinn. I've worked for Revival Cafe and Kitchen since 2018. This is our first time for this event, but this is our second pop-up that we've had with a chef. We plan, all of our servers will be tip certified. Our location is ADA accessible. We have 2 bathrooms. We expect to get about 75 to 80 if the weather's good. Hopefully it is. And it's all going to be on private or indoor outdoor space. There will be no sidewalk or street spillover. We've had no prior violations. We had a night market pop-up last month that we actually had a pretty good turnout for, which was awesome. And we had some local artists vending there. We're using the Craft Collective as our purveyor for our wine and malt, provided that we get approved for such. And we will be doing wristbands for our ID checking.
You're not leaving me any questions to ask.
I'm trying not to. I was an honor student at Somerville High School, so I'm trying to continue that record.
Excellent, thank you. And just to help me understand the event a little bit, is it like a ticketed event? Is it normal? Is it going to be table seating? Is it like a pop-up counter?
The last one. So it won't be ticketed. There will be a little bit of table seating inside and outside, but we're trying to keep it a little more fluid so that way we can have hopefully as many people come through as possible. It's going to be small plates, so it won't really take you much time to consume them. We're hoping, and yeah.
Great. And will you just have any sort of like cordon or something at the front there just to keep people from walking out into the sidewalk with their beverages?
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. Open it up to the commission then. Commissioner, any questions for the applicant?
No questions, Commissioner Allen.
Excellent. Chairman Lynch, any questions?
No questions for the applicant. Thank you.
Perfect. Anything else that you'd like to say before we move this to a vote?
No, nothing else other than thank you.
Excellent. Given that, I'll move to approve the special alcohol license for item number 6.
I second it.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And let's keep on trucking to item number 24.
So I gave you that spiel. I don't think you want to hear it again. But this one is going to actually happen a little bit sooner. And this is with Derek Te. He is a chef that does only pop-ups, so this is kind of how he makes his bread and butter. And he's going to be featuring Malaysian fusion cuisine, which is something I'm not super familiar with, and I'm hoping that it enriches the community.
Excellent. Anything appreciably different other than the chef we are partnering with?
No, other than that, it's the exact same, and we're hoping to continue these moving forward. We may skip August because it's just historically not a great month for sales for us in Davis Square, but I hope to be on here getting more of these in the future.
Wonderful. Well, you've set up a nice streamlined process for it. Excellent.
Thank you.
Let me open it up to the commission here. Commissioner Thomas, any questions for the applicant?
No questions on this one either.
Excellent. Chairman Lynch?
No questions. Thank you.
Excellent. Anything else that you'd like to say?
No, other than thank you so much for your time this evening.
Perfect. Thank you for your patience. I will move to approve item number 24, the special alcohol license for Revival Davis LLC on Sunday, June 25th. Do I have a second?
We'll second that.
Much appreciated. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations. Good luck with your 2 events.
Great. Thank you so much.
I'm happy to keep on trucking unless anybody wants to stop me.
No arm wrestling at the table between the commissioners as to see who's going to finish us up tonight. You're almost at the finish line there, Commissioner Allen. Keep
Let's
going.
do it. Number 7, Center for Arts at the Armory, 191 Highland Ave, requesting approval of a special alcohol license for Bar Stars to be held outdoors on the roof of Block 3 Garage at Assembly Row on Thursday, July 13th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., including alcohol service with a rain date of 7/20/23. Is the applicant present?
If you're here to speak on this item, Stephanie Sherp? No? Stephanie Sherp, I'm going to unmute you.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is Stephanie Scherf. I'm one of the co-directors and the CEO at the Center for Arts at the Armory. My colleague Haley King is also on the line from Assembly Row. We were invited by Haley and Assembly Row to do this event as their nonprofit charity and organization. We will be receiving a portion of the proceeds from the event. So I have understood some details from Haley about the event to be held on July 13th. It will be a ticketed event, and there will be IDs will be required at the door, and then attendees will be wristbanded, and they will gain entrance into the event. And different restaurants from Assembly Row will be providing samples of their food and sample sizes of drinks. And will go from 6 to 9 p.m. that evening. They are expecting about 500 people based on last year's event, which was the first of its kind. So happy to take any questions.
Excellent, thank you. So the restaurateurs providing the food and are going to be providing the food and drinks. So presumably we're relying on their tip certifications.
Yes, that is correct.
Excellent. For an event with an attendance of 500, have we checked if a detail is necessary with the police department?
I'm going to pass that question over to Haley King.
Haley, I'm going to unmute you. You may need to unmute yourself.
We were going to contact the police department right after this meeting tonight, as well as fire, if that is also necessary.
Perfect, thank you. Yeah, just please reach out to them proactively and get their feel on the issue.
Commissioners, if I may speak on behalf of Somerville Fire Department, just to provide clarity, because this this event is taking place at a location that's not an approved assembly occupancy. It'll be in this venue, which is a parking garage. The Somerville Fire Department will require detail as it did in the past, and we can facilitate setting up. We'll be able to provide that occupancy detail with one of our personnel with a radio, medical bags. It's a really great benefit to the attendees, as well as facilitates our response should that be needed for any reason.
Excellent, thank you, Captain Otting. Given that, I think I will open it up to the commission. Chairman Lynch, any questions for the applicant?
Thank you very much. Stephanie, Haley, good event. Haley, can you describe for me any other not-for-profits that that Assembly Row has invited down and made this offer to in any events in the past? I seem to remember we approved one for Somerville Media Center. Is that a correct statement?
Center was the charity partner for the same event last year.
Got it. And can you recall how many attendees and whether or not we had police and fire details present?
We had 500 attendees last year. I know that we contacted fire. I don't believe we ever heard back from fire, and I believe we had a police detail last year.
Okay, and does Assembly Row provide any in-house security team or anything like that?
Yep, Assembly security mans both entrances to the parking garages, and those are going to be your folks that are actually checking the IDs before they get the wristbands.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
I have no further questions.
Thank you, Chairman Lynch. Commissioner Thomas, any questions?
No questions, Commissioner.
Excellent. Anything else that you'd like to say before we move to a vote?
Not at this time, just thank you again for your time.
Absolutely. Move to approve the special alcohol license for Center for the Arts at the Armory on Thursday, July 13th from 6 to 9 with a rain date of 7/20/23. Do I have a second?
I will second that motion.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much and looking forward to the event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob.
Moving on to item number 8, Downey Cider House LLC, 256 Marginal Street, Boston, requesting approval of a special alcohol license for Down East at Volo to be held outdoors in the open lot adjacent to Foley Street and Assembly Row from June 6th, 2023 to July 5th, 2023 from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., including alcohol service. Is the applicant present?
Brad Tinkham, I will unmute you. You may need to unmute yourself.
Good evening. How's everyone tonight?
Good, thank you. Could you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Brad Tinkham from Down East Cider in East Boston, 256 Marginal Street.
Excellent. And could you give us just a brief spiel on the event?
Yes, I believe I was here a month prior. We are looking to activate with Volo in the Assembly Row area, just off of Foley Street. They currently have an activation with 4 volleyball courts and I believe 9 pickleball courts. We'll be having our activation within that, operating a cider garden with some picnic tables, and it will also be adjoining the green space inside of that area. So we'll have room for folks to stand and also room for folks to sit. All our staff will be tips. Oh, sorry about that.
No, go ahead, please.
All of our staff will be tip certified and have crowd management training. Restrooms will be provided by Volo. The area is fenced in, and there is one area that's not fenced in, but it's a valley which folks cannot walk through. So we consider that part of the fenced in area.
Excellent, thank you, and thank you for reminding me of the context of this. So you all are actually already open and operating out there, and you've come back for your 1-month renewal.
Correct.
Excellent. Any issues during the time that you've been operational there?
So we actually have not opened our bar yet. Our activation is waiting on electrical to be run to it. So we were unable to turn on the lights, so to speak. But we're hoping to have that sorted by this weekend to be able to go live.
Understood, thank you. But that also means you had no issues.
Correct.
Excellent. I will open it up to the commission. Commissioner Thomas, any questions for the applicant?
No questions of the applicant.
Excellent. Chairman Lynch, any questions for the applicant?
No questions, but if we could just make a Scribner change here. It says Foley Street. Let's change it to Foley.
I thought that sounded wrong.
Okay. We have to know our city here, Commissioner. There's no such thing as Foley Street. I have no questions of the applicant.
Excellent. Anything else that you'd like to say before we move to the vote?
We're looking forward to opening and serving you all some cider in the near future.
Perfect. Move to approve the special alcohol license for dates June 6th, 2023 through July 5th, 2023 for Down East Cider House. Do I have a second?
I will second that motion.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Excellent. Looking forward to you opening.
Thanks, folks. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Coming up to number 9, Cuisine and Locale, DBA Once, 12 Beach Street, Cambridge, requesting approval of a special alcohol license for Boynton Yards block parties presented by Once at Boynton Yards, to be held outdoors in the parking lot at 0 Windsor Place in Boynton Yards on Saturday, July 29th and Saturday, August 19th from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m., including alcohol service, with rain dates of 7/30/23 and 8/20/23. Is the applicant present?
JJ Gonson, I will unmute you.
Hi, good evening. This is JJ Gonson from Cuisine and Locale, DBA Once.
Excellent, thank you. Welcome. Could you tell us a little bit about the events?
Sure can. These are events that are sponsored by Boynton Yards, the development outside of Union Square. They take place on a parking lot at 0 Windsor Place. This will be our 3rd summer conducting these events. We are only doing 2 this summer. And they're small music concerts with a bar, and we have vendors who sell arts and crafts. And Boynton Yards has said that they're going to be hiring a couple food trucks, but they're handling that piece.
Great. There's going to be wristbanding at the entrance?
That's exactly right. Yep, we did it last year as well. We have different wristbands for people who are over 21 and under 21.
Perfect.
So we check IDs.
Awesome. And held in the exact same parking lot as last year?
It's actually in the parking lot exactly next door. It's the one that was last year. It was it's basically all the same property, but last year it had Gentle Giant trucks on it. So it's basically the same parking lot. It's just the one that's fenced right next door to the one that we were in last year.
Excellent, thank you. And any complaints, any issues during the events last year?
No, sir.
Perfect. Opening it up to the commission. Chairman Lynch, any questions for the applicant?
No questions, thank you.
Perfect. Commissioner Thomas?
No questions.
Wonderful. Anything else that you'd like to say before we move to a vote?
Come down and visit us, see some good music. We'd love to see you.
I enjoyed it last year and I'm looking forward to it this year. Moving then to approve this permit for Cuisine and Locale for dates Saturday, July 29th and Saturday, August 19th from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. with rain dates of 7/30/23 and 8/20/23. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations. Looking forward to attending this year.
Thanks so much. See you this summer.
Thank you. Moving through here, we do have one more.
Actually, we have 2, Commissioner. If you want to take a breath, we can let Commissioner Thomas start with item 18.
Just getting started.
I-
She was on a roll.
I was doing it. It's nice to be back in person.
Right. Next up, we have item 18 is Muprong Inc. doing business as Muprong Bakery and Cafe at 51 Union Square, requesting approval of a common vicular license for Gunman Napkanpandu, sorry if I butchered that name, for indoor seats would be 8, and the hours of operation for food service would be Sunday through Saturday, 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. This is for item number 0016. Do we have the applicant present?
Gumnad, I will unmute you. You just need to hit the microphone button on your end.
Hi, can you hear me right now?
Excellent.
Okay, yes. My name is Pairinjan Sangsi. I represent Maprang Bakery and Cafe on behalf of Ganot Nagapantu.
Great. Can you just pronounce your name one more time for the record?
So my name is Pairinjan Sangsi. So I represent the Maprang Bakery and Cafe on behalf of Gamnot Nagapantu.
Excellent.
Commissioner, just for safety's sake, could I ask you to spell your last name for the secretary here, please?
Yeah, my last name is J as Japan, U as USA, N as Nancy, S as Singapore, A as American, N as Norway, G as Germany, S again as Singapore, R as Raj, and then I as Island.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gunman. Can you just please tell us a little bit about Muprong Bakery?
So we open, so for now we sell bakery and then coffee and then some special tea, and then some pastry and some cake.
Excellent. And what type of environment do we have in there?
The environment in there. So for now we do some takeout. We got the permit for what's it called? Occupancy, and we got like eight seating inside.
Excellent, excellent.
Yes.
I will pass it off to Commissioner Allen with any further questions.
No questions for the applicant.
Mr. Chair?
I have no questions.
Nor do I, and I would move to approve this common vicular license for Muprong Bakery at 51 Union Square. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Thank you, Gunman, and welcome to Somerville.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. Next up is item, please help me out here because I know we skipped around. Item 20. Item number 20 is Exin Papa Inc. Doing business as Papa Sushi at 499 Broadway.
Sorry. 20.
Oh, sorry. Strike that. Next item is item number 20, Vitka Corporation doing business as 350 Food Mart at 350 Broadway, requesting approval of a transfer of wine and malt package store license from Hingham Enterprise doing business as K2 Beer and Wine at 500 Medford Street to Vitka Corporation, which is doing business as 350 Food Mart located at 350 Broadway. The hours of operation here are Sunday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. Do we have the applicant on the line?
The applicant is not on.
Not on the line. The private transfer of license?
This is a private license. Sorry, Commissioner. City Clerk, could we see if we have anyone else that you recognize in the audience?
Just Payleen, who's representing the last applicant,
Okay.
and Patricia, who works for the city.
Okay.
But there's nobody else in the attendance list.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind announcing it. We want to just cover our bases.
Yeah, I think we should, yeah.
All right, if anybody's here on behalf of the applicants, Vitka Corporation, DBA 350 Food Mart, please raise your hand in the chat and I will unmute you. Over to you, Mr.
Thank you. So Commissioner, I mean, these are expensive transactions.
Yes.
Let me just ask a couple of questions of Lori. Lori, can you tell us the date that the application came in from Vitka Corp? And the date that you advertised it in the paper? And if you could give us a name of anybody? or was there an attorney? Looking at it up here as well. Do we have the manager?
Application came in on 3/23.
Okay, so this was a March application, and they get notification from us that they're on the agenda. Sorry. go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, shouldn't have interrupted you, my apologies. Andrea sent the notice of the ad with the abutters on 5/3. So that tells them that the ad is required, the abutters notices are required, that they've got to be done within 3 days.
Okay. Have we received their receipts of certified mail to their abutters?
Not yet.
Not yet, but we have advertised it and they've paid for that advertising, correct?
I believe so. It
Yeah.
would be the newspaper that would.
Right.
And if they had a problem, they would probably let us
Right.
know.
Okay, do we have any information of an attorney representing this partnership or this applicant?
We have application comments. And contact, let's see. No, I have a contact.
What is this business? Can I go back to the application, please? The business address, is that, oh, that says Somerville, okay. They're testing my eyes this far away. All right, so Commissioner Thomas, you're administering this one.
Yeah.
This is it, this is.
Yeah.
Presented to.
Right. I can only give you, you're administering this, I could give you some information or advice to say that we would probably just continue this.
That's what,
For non-appearance.
So
Yeah.
it wouldn't move it till next week, but continue it till the next hearing, which would be scheduled for
July something.
July 17th.
Okay.
Are you gonna have the public hearing now? Are we gonna have to re-advertise it and then have them do the 3-day abutters notice again?
Well, I'm not seeing that this is a public hearing. Is that missing from the agenda?
Oh,
For a transfer?
All right, so this should have been on the agenda, that it was a public hearing. It is not. It was advertised. So let's do this, to be very, very safe, Commissioner, I would say, make a motion to continue the item to July's hearing. Okay?
Do we want to call for public comment?
No, I would advise you not to, because it was not advertised on the agenda as a public hearing.
So with all that said, I'd make a motion to move this item number 000112 to July 17th commission meeting.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye. Thank you very much. Okay, it looks like, and I'm going to look for a nod, it looks like we have successfully gotten through all items on the agenda. Is that correct, Commissioners? Clerks? Very good. Captain Otting, this is the first time that we get to see you in public. You're going to come up to the chamber some night with us.
I'd be delighted to join you. Thank you for the invite, commissioners. Hopefully, though, next month you will see Captain Bakey back. However, if I had the pleasure of joining, I would be glad to join in person.
You're
And I
always
apologize,
welcome.
I had some difficulty. Microsoft Outlook was down for some time, so I apologize for my tardiness in joining this evening.
No problem, Captain. Thank you very much. Lieutenant Mitsakis, thank you. Engineering team, thank you. City Clerk, thank you. Commissioners, thank you. Members of the public, I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
I'll check with Kim.